We are back, guys. We are back. I'm sorry. I had some stuff go on. I had some technical difficulties, but we did that real quick, and now we're back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes it happens. That is the nature of the business called show business. That is the nature of this business called show business. Show business dictates that we had to go and do. So those of you who are there, I'm sorry about that. I am back on. And yeah, so we were talking about real briefly, recap. We were talking about like, why I am in the, and now everything looks like it's rolling the way it's supposed to be. All right, cool. Son, you know what? Let me tell you, son, this streaming joint is hard work. It's hard work. It's hard to stream. I let cats know that right now. It's hard to stream, bro. But you know what? I like it. I'm like it. I like it. It's pretty cool. It gives me a chance to just talk about what I like, and you know what I mean, and the reasons behind some of my decisions and things that I'd like to do. Um, yeah, we were talking about the Venezuelan lady at my job who, you know, is really like, she's really happy about what happened in Venezuela. And yeah, bro, that's about it. You know, and I know I was off on my own. I was doing my own thing and kind of messed up the rhythm, but it's okay. Life must go on. The show must go on. It must go on. So anyway, we're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You know us at the Shon Black podcast. See, you know what? It's so hard not to say the Black Hole because that was the show for a long time. I mean, we were the Black Hole podcast for a long time, a long time. And no, I don't know about any of you guys, but you know what I mean. It was a really good time. We had a really good time on the show. I mean, we did it during the 19 years, so you know what I mean, the C19 years. So, we experienced a lot of experiences. There was a lot of politics on that show. Um, it was a lot. It was a lot going on during that time. I mean, I even caught the C19 and talked about our experiences on that show. So it was a whole lot going on. It was a time, a good time to be alive. You know what I mean? And so now today we just talking about whatever comes up. I don't really have a specific topic that I want to get into. What up? What up? Lil Chuck is in the building. Appreciate my son coming on and watching his pops just ramble about. You know what I mean? Um, that's basically all I be doing. Back to the streaming thing. For me, streaming is just one of those things that's just something I just do. Um, not that I'm you know huge streamer or anything like that, but it's therapeutic. I get on here and just run my chops about whatever. You know what I mean? You guys can call in if you like, and we could chop it up. Uh, but that's what I do. I just don't, you know what I mean? It's all good. It's all gravy. Gravy train. So what's been happening out there in the world other than Venezuela? Other than Somali daycare? Son, I'ma get me one of them daycares, bro. I don't care what nobody says. I'm gonna find me a way to channel that Somali energy into something else and get my bag. No, we've been doing it wrong. We've been doing it wrong. You need to use government services to fund your lifestyle. Say, man, come on, man, Shon Black, that joint is wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. Listen, homie. Listen, hard. You know what I mean? The Somalis had the right idea. They just did it the wrong way. And you know what? And I don't care if they don't teach me. I'ma find out. I'ma find out how to get me a Somali business. Oh yeah, Ravens firing Harbaugh. That was crazy. I don't know what the heck they were thinking. But you know what it is? You know what it is? Let me tell you. Quarterback, they say everybody is talking about the quarterback for the Ravens, he's cheeks. Dude's like, nah, son, he just listen, bro. Son is cheeks. Now can he's at the point now where he can't stay healthy. He he's not gonna give you the best in every game. He's not gonna put on the show the way he's supposed to put on the show. Lamar Jackson. And this is no slight to Lamar. You know what I'm saying? I'm not slighting the man. I'm just saying, if for somebody who's supposed to be like really like putting it down, like bro, you should be able to put it down. That's right. He's a Vic wannabe. And dudes like Vic was in the mix, bro. Remember someone he was to play for Atlanta, bro? Son, Vic was in the mix. But son, you know what else? You know what it is. Let me tell you what it really is, bro. Lamar getting way too much paper. He getting way too much paper, bro. And you think about dudes like Deshaun Watson, right? Deshaun Watson getting the bag. He ain't even playing. I don't even think Deshaun Watson really hurt. I don't think he's hurt. Do you think he's hurt? I don't think he's hurt. But if you're gonna give me the bag, why would I then go out there and risk being injured? Like some from Washington is. I mean, this is your first year, second year, and you already injured, bro. And if you don't get any better, they're gonna give you the RG3 treatment. You know what I'm saying? It is what it's gonna be. I don't know, but you can't really be mad like son. And the coach is who's gonna get. They're gonna take it out on him first, and then when they bring somebody else in, and he still is bad, then they're gonna let go of Jackson. Deshaun Watson is finished. After this next year, because this guy didn't know that his contract, he only got one more year left on that contract, bro. Son, they about to release that dude. Yeah, RG3, he's making money now doing the commentator stuff. But son, I'm telling you, man, listen, bro. That dude RG is finito. I mean, not RG. Lamar is finito, and so is Deshaun Watson. Finito. It's over, and there's no chance of him going to the Super Bowl, and he gonna make a move in the Super Bowl, and no, it's never happening. Sorry, it's not. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I'd like to see, and you know what? And I'd like to see. I would like to see that man do his thing, right? But the reality of that situation is it's never going to happen. I would like for it to happen. I would like to see this man make moves, but it's never going to happen, bro. And so we got to see, like, first of all, I think uh Richmond face wins the Super Bowl. New England. People say, well, New England ain't play nobody, whatever. All right. It's momentum. It's momentum. New England got a lot of momentum right now. They dusting teams. They dusting cats off. Me, mang, me, mang. Dusting cats off. NFC South yeah, son. I think this is his second year. He's a second year, bro. He last year I think he was with them, but this second year, bro, he going crazy. And then you got who else in the lineup? See, now you got me going to look at the lineup because the lineup for this when is the shoot? When is that next game? The next game, okay. So Rams, Carolina. The Rams going to dust Carolina off, and I'm a Carolina fan, son. I've been a fan of Carolina since they came out in the expansion team, with Jacksonville, Carolina, and Tennessee. Carolina was I went with Carolina, and I've been down with them ever since. But they're gonna lose that game. I don't want to see it happen because I don't want to see it happen. Um, Packers and the Bears. The Bears win that over Green Bay because it just it's not gonna work. Buffalo, Jacksonville. Buffalo wins that game. Eagles win over the 49ers, and the Patriots beat the Chargers. Okay. And then Steelers, I don't know. I don't know about if the Steelers beat the Houston Texans. I don't know. I'd like to say that they do, but I don't know. Can they put up a can Pittsburgh put a scheme together that's going to stop Houston's defense? That's what's good. That's what it's really going to come down to, right? Can they stop the defense? If they can't stop the defense, if they can't stop Houston's defense, it's over. You know what I mean? It's over. Then let's see. And so that's in that first round. That's in that first round, and I don't see I don't see them winning. I just don't. Now, wouldn't that be a crazy life? That'll be, you said, with more of a chance with Metcalf. Yeah, Metcalf is an animal. I mean, you can never sleep on Metcalf. Metcalf is Metcalf. He gonna do his thing, but I don't know if what Aaron shows up. That's the same thing that happens in Baltimore, right? What Lamar Jackson shows up for that? That's what I tell people. What quarterback shows up? You can say that dude from Buffalo is consistent. He's always in the mix. You can always say that about Josh Allen. Josh Allen's gonna give you the joint. Caleb Williams has been showing up, but the rest of it, so you don't know what Brock Purdy you gonna get. You don't know. You saying you don't know. And it's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. You don't know what Aaron Rodgers you're gonna get. You only gonna know when it happens. And then once it happens, you be like, oh, Aaron Rodgers, you know, he just don't know what you're gonna get with that guy. You just don't know. Um, I kind of think I don't know. I don't know. I just got these dudes. I got New England. I got New England on that side of the ball getting crazy. I think New England takes it. People saying Seattle is nice. Okay. What I don't know. It's a tough look. I mean, if you're a betting guy, who do you go with, right? I mean, Caleb Williams has been playing really good. Do you go with a Caleb Williams? I don't know. I don't know if I would go with a Caleb Williams. You know what I mean? I don't know. Everybody talking about, oh, they don't play nobody, blah 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 blah. They not playing nobody. They not playing nobody. They not playing nobody. Okay. Well, we'll just see what happens when it comes time becomes time. I personally think this is what it is. I personally think that it's coming down to who's going to be more consistent. And when you think about it, them dudes is a little bit more consistent when it comes to getting it in. Sorry, it just is what it is. Um, what else am I talking about today? That was good water cooler type stuff. That new Ashton Kutcher movie looks crazy. That joint looks I like the butterfly effect that Ashton Kutcher did. If you haven't seen that, that was a great movie. You need to check that out. The butterfly effect. That Ashton Kutcher joint was crazy. I think this is Tomlinson's year with the Steelers. I don't think I look Tomlinson and them is nice, but he not gonna make the he not going to Super Bowl. That train has left the building. Yeah, that train has left the building. There's no more Tomlinson. He. You know what he should have did? Let me tell you what he should have done. Because they hedged their bet on a veteran that could bring them the maximum amount, win them a maximum amount of games that they could. And I don't hate that. I think Aaron Rodgers is still a good quarterback, even at his age. I think Tom Brady was a good quarterback at his age. I think the reason why Tom Brady wasn't effective his last year is because of what happened with his wife. If his wife hadn't if he hadn't had the issues with his wife that he had, as Tom Brady would have still been in the mix. I don't think you would have had any issues with Tom Brady driving Tampa Bay to another Super Bowl easy. I think he'd still be playing now if he hadn't had if his wife hadn't have did what she had done, he would still be playing football in my opinion. Because at his position, yeah, you get hit, but it's not like you're running the ball and throwing yourself into it. You're doing more avoiding people than you are like throwing yourself into stuff. So, you know, yeah, I don't I just don't think it's Tomlinson. His time, unless he goes to another team, the Steelers just on it. He should have picked up Shador. That's what he should have did. Shador would have been a great fit there. Could you imagine Shador with Metcalf? Oh my gosh. The problem with Shador, he don't got nobody to catch the ball at Cleveland. If he had somebody that could catch the ball, my goodness, what could he do with somebody that could catch the ball? That dude, Judy is booty. That dude is cheeks. That dude is cheeks. It don't make no sense to be that unnice. Ah boy, Amy Schumer is divorcing her husband. That's interesting. That's interesting. I thought she was in love with that guy. Um, yeah. Ultimately, I think what it comes down to is who's going to show up. I think the Patriots have given you enough where they're just going to run through whomever. That young dude is just going. He's just playing lights out football. Yeah, but he fell off. But it's because he can't think outside the box. You can't have a pocket passer. Like even though Shador's a pocket passer, you gotta have nice people around. Aaron is not thinking. Aaron's too old, but not old because he can't play the game, but old because he's stuck in his ways. Aaron to get out there and run, but he ain't gonna run. He ain't gonna put his body in jeopardy because he knows if he puts his body out there, bro. Aaron put his body out there, bro, and he get hit hard enough, it's over. son, you 40, what, 43, 40, 42, 43, 44? Listen, I'm older dude. I used to play football, bro. I know. And here's the other thing. And not at an NFL level, right? But football is football. I don't care what people say. Oh, so you're not good enough to go to the league. Listen, the NFL is never looking for talented individuals. You will get some breakout talent, but for the most parts, it's nothing but bodies. There's young kids right now that can catch half better than half of the people that's in the league right now. It's dudes in college right now that's way better runners than half of your running backs in the league right now. It's better people like son in high school that's nicer than half of your people that's in the league right now. The league is about size and measurables. They don't care anything about anything else. Talent is secondary. Size is the first thing that they're looking at. So if I was 6'2", 205 pounds, right? And I ran a 40 at 4'2", bro. I am there all day. I'm a corner. It doesn't even matter if I'm nice. It doesn't matter as long as I can keep up and put my hands up like this. Because there's no real cornerback working going on out there. But you do have special guys out there that played the game. So the game that was played during the time of the 80s or 70s, 80s, and 90s, early 2000s, 2010, around that time, you're never going to get a Ronnie Lott playing the position ever again. You're never going to get a Bo Jackson running the ball. You're never going to get Allstott running the ball. You're never going to get a guy like, what's my man's name from, uh, dang, Tampa Bay. I can't think of his name, but he was a free safety. You're never going to get dudes that hit hard like that because the game is never going to give you that kind of. It's never going to give you that anymore. That it's too soft. You can't hit. Everybody is just doing this with their shoulders. You don't even need to be able to tackle. Any fool can just run into somebody with a football. I could just throw my body into somebody and hit them with you and run my shoulders into somebody. There's no finesse in the game. It's sort of like basketball. Everybody's a chucker. Nobody is finessing the ball anymore. And it's the same thing with football. Sports in general is like that. Baseball, you can't be like that because you gotta be able to hit something. But other than that, some football is not. When you look at football today, yeah, you make amazing catches, but bro, you can't even touch nobody. There's no fear in the game anymore. You you're not gonna go up with the and do one of these numbers if you know there's somebody that's gonna lay the wood. And the guy's name I was thinking about is John Lynch. You're never gonna have a John Lynch hitting you again. Never. You're never gonna be able to do this, son. You're never gonna have a Dion ever again, son. That those times in football are over. And the reason is because it's a corporation. People don't want to get hurt. They're playing on turf. Turf is one of the worst things you could play on. I don't know. If you ever play football, turf burns. First and foremost, you fall on turf. That joint is like falling outside on the concrete. That joint is hard and it hurts. Secondly, bro, your feet don't move the way it's supposed to. And also, you know what I'm saying? People look, if you're 255 pounds, right? And all you're doing and you're 6'4", and you're just running as fast as you can into somebody, bro, you're gonna get hurt. Eventually you're gonna get hurt. Two people just doing this all day. It, there's no finesse in the game. So you're never gonna see great defensive plays. You're always gonna see great offensive plays because nobody can tackle anymore. That's half the problem in the league is nobody tackles. Oh, Miles Garrett is doing this, that, and other thing. Yeah, Miles Garrett is doing the only position you're going to see something great is at that, maybe at the defensive end position, because you actually got to chase somebody down and grab them and pull them to the ground. You can't just run into them. You actually got to tackle somebody. Secondary wise, never seeing that again. Never going to see in that position, especially in the defensive side of the ball. You're just never going to see that. anymore. It just gives you the opportunity for the offense to score a maximum amount of points. Never going to have the defense like the 85 Bears ever again. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. Never going to get the purple people eater kind of defense. Never going to do it. You're never going to see dudes, you know what I'm saying, on the cornerback position or the free safety position that's going to be laying the wood because you're not allowed. So anybody can play the sport now, is the point. All you gotta do is have the measurables, bro. Doesn't You don't have to be nice. You just have to just. And then now people are saying, "Dang, son, this is nice. It's nice. Oh, this dude's nice." No, 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 they not. Dudes out there crying when they get hit. Oh, oh, did you see what he did to me? I was a defenseless receiver. Dudes say, "Well, you know what? The game is so much faster than it was before. Uh, these dudes is hitting way too hard, and bro, because they're dropping their shoulders and running into you. Imagine somebody running 15, 20 miles like something. What do you think? A 4.40? How fast do you think they're actually moving? Let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're moving 10 miles an hour. Throw something 10 miles an hour into your body while you're trying to move away from it and see if that doesn't hurt you. Throw a big block in a 6-foot block, 6'2", 250-pound block, 10 miles an hour. Throw it into your body and see what happens to you. Come on. We have to start being real about what we're talking about here, people. And that's the fact. Basketball is the same way. It's just not football. It's basketball too. Everybody's shooting from the 3-point line. What is that? Nobody can drive to the drive. Nobody can drive to the hole anymore. Everybody's a chucker. That's all you see. Basketball isn't even fun to watch anymore. They'd rather watch baseball. You know what I mean? I'd rather watch soccer. You know where there's a great sport? You have to be like really be that man to play soccer, bro. Soccer, you gotta be in great shape to play soccer, man. You gotta be in great shape to play soccer. So you gotta be in great shape to play soccer. Soccer's one of those games. It's like hockey, but without the pass. Hockey's another sport you gotta be in great shape to play it. Gotta be in great shape. It's gotta be a lot of teamwork, a lot of bouncing off of each other and all that other kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that has to go on soccer. I can't wait for the World Cup. World Cup's gonna be great. Can't wait to see it. And it might be in our area too. That it might be worth going out there just to tailgate. You know what I mean, and hang out, see what's really good with the World Cup. You know what I mean? That I think that'll be pretty fun. But yeah, you're never going to get that level of play anymore. There's something about that level of play. Even when you talk basketball, when you say there's never be another Jordan, but LeBron is like Jordan. So no, LeBron is cheeks. Son is cheeks. All these dudes is cheeks. When you go back and you really like look at 80s and 90s basketball, bro, like it's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. Every team had every team had at least two superstars on it. Superstars do something with the ball, like plays. Basketball was an event, bro. Now it's like you watch basketball, that joint's cheeks. You be on basketball game, you don't even know it's on. You be like, oh snap, oh the Wizards are playing, oh the Timberwolves are playing, oh. Even the older heads that played the game back in the day that get on these podcasts, they're saying the same stuff I'm saying. Son, you're never going to get a guy like Bird. You're never going to get a Stockton. You're never getting that, son. You're never going to get that. You're never getting an Akeem Olajuwon or Ralph Sampson. You're never getting a Dawkins. You're never getting that. So you're never getting the Malone. You're never getting the Duncan. You're never getting that anymore. You might have one or two people, son, but you're never getting like one or two good people on a team throughout the whole league, bro. You're never getting that because these dudes are soft, bro. We have a culture of softies. Dudes don't want to get hit. They don't want to drive to the hole. They don't want to catch and get hit by another player, bro. We used to, oh son, you don't get a concussion. I probably had massive concussions my whole daggone football life, sports life in general, outside life. Forget sports at all. Outside, bro, we rode bikes and jumped ramps and climbed trees and ran through abandoned buildings and all kinds of crazy stuff, bro, and falling and dropping and scarring ourselves up. Our bodies are just riddled with scars and bang. We was banged up as kids. Concussion, you just shake that joint off and keep going. Hey, what's up, Miss Bev? It's just a better time in life, man. And now, I mean, it's starting to show that most people just aren't going to like. It's just not. Things are just soft now. You know what I mean? It's just soft. It's just a soft. It's just sports is just soft. Now, I didn't even come in here planning to talk about sports, but that's the nature of the show now. It's whatever happens on this show. It's just good. We just talk about everything. I think on Friday though, I think Friday I'm gonna reserve Friday nights for talking about shows. So I'm watching a lot of shows. And we gotta break these shows down. You know what? We need to watch together, ladies and gentlemen. I know, Miss Bev, you talked about the House of David, and I never watched the second. So I think I watched the first part of the second season, but I don't know why they changed the platform. I don't know why they changed it. I don't. I'm upset that they changed the platform that you where you watched it. They put it on some paid platform, um, which is a good show. I like the House of David. That was a pretty good show. There's a lot of shows coming out. I think we'll talk about those on Friday. Bring your show list. I want you guys to come in here and give me some suggestions. I got a whole list, and I always try to show you guys on the camera, like you know what I mean. What I'm, and it never works out. I try to show you, but so my list is so long. Look, I'm gonna try to show the camera. I know you can't really see the list, but that's and it's the old list of shows that I'm watching. Like there's probably like 50 something shows. And that's not even like animes and saying new series that just dropped. Like a lot of those shows are old that I haven't finished yet. Joints. I mean, if I added that list onto a new list, there's probably over 100 joints that I'm currently like back and forth in. There's new seasons and things like that come out. So I want to see what your list is like. Actually, I'm gonna have the list up so we can go through it and then see if you watch those, and then give me some suggestions on some new stuff because I'm ready to. I gotta know. I definitely gotta know. I don't know what kind of shows people are watching. If we're watching the same stuff, we need to talk about it. Like I'm behind in Outlander. I don't know if any of you guys watch that, but Outlander's my joint. I mean, I love the music. I love all of that. Like the Outlander is my show. You know. So anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Sean Black is shoving. I'm shoving. Shoved. Miss Bev, thanks for coming in. Um, Tell everybody say hello. Kiss your granddaughter for me. She was very nice to me. Miss Bev has always been a wonderful person. Any suggestion on the long walk? You know what? I don't know if I've ever watched the long walk. See? That's another one. I gotta start watching the long walk. See, Miss Bev, like you didn't come in on Friday. You need to give me all of your shows that you're watching. I need to see everything that you're watching because I've never watched The Long Walk, and that's wow. I don't know anything about The Long Walk. Now I gotta add that to a show that I'm watching. I'm also watching a Turkish drama, and it's called hold on, it's called Destin or whatever, and it is a Turkish drama, and I don't know if you guys can see that, and it's subtitled, right? But let me tell you something. If you like dramas, like I'm a drama guy, I like dramas. There's another great drama called Magnificent Century. Each episode is 2 hours. The Turkish do it the best. Yes, please do. Please make a list for me. Bring it on, and just type it off in the show on Friday. We're gonna be talking TV shows. I think Fridays is gonna be an easy day. We're just gonna talk TV shows. Like I said, the show is a little bit different. The format is different. I think it's just a little easier to get down with. Like, people could just talk and we do whatever we want because it's about me running my mouth. I like to run my mouth about all kinds of stuff. Politics is cool, but not everybody has the stomach for that. And I am who I am, and I'm never changing. So I'm not doing the politic thing unless it's something really major, like the Venezuela joint that we talked about on Monday. But yeah, bring your list. We're gonna do that on Friday. Um, and I'm gonna bring my list. Everybody bring their list, and I'll give you some suggestions for you guys to try out. All right. Peace, everybody. You know how I end the show. Oh, there it is. Peace. Love each other. Take care of each other. That's what it's all about.